Hi everyone, Mrs. Belo here. In this video, I'm going to be going over the cell transport notes, specifically the notes on cell size. Okay, so cells can come in many shapes and sizes. A lot of what we've been looking at with an animal cell, eukaryotic cell in humans, has been circular in shape. You've seen plant cells, they tend to be more rectangular in shape. For this example, I'm going to go with a one that has a more of a cube shape to it. Okay, you do have cells in your body. Simple cuboidal epithelium. Epithelium is basically any type of skin or like surface level tissue in your body. So whether it's on the outside of your body, like your skin, or the inside of your body, a lot of the lining in your digestive tract actually contains these types of cells. So they are cube shaped. Okay. And so if you're looking at this cell, which is a cube, okay, you can look at two things when it comes to the size of the cell, the surface area and the volume. So what organelle do you think the surface area represents? So the surface area is the surface of the cell. So the thing that surrounds the cell, all cells, is the cell membrane. So that'd be analogous to the surface area. The volume is the stuff that fills the cell, and that would be analogous to the cytoplasm or the cytosol. We use those interchangeably. So what we can do is we can do some math with surface area and volume when it comes to talking about the size of a cell and whether or not it's going to be efficient or not. And by efficient, I mean moving things in and out of it. Cells need to get nutrients into them, and then they need to get waste out of them quickly and efficiently in order to, be a well-functioning cell. All right, so what we can look at is what we call the surface area to volume ratio, or this is just a simpler way to represent an SA and then colon B. So surface area to volume ratio. So we're comparing the surface area to the volume, and typically you're going to see it written like this. How much surface area do you have per volume? Okay, so we have cells A through E. So A through E here. And we have the ratios already calculated for us. So you can see that cell A has a 12:1 ratio. And then as we go, that ratio starts to decrease, ending with cell E. What do you notice about the surface area and the size of the cell? Well, if you have a small cell, you have a very high surface area to volume ratio. So like cell A is 12:1 versus a large cell, okay, has a very low surface area to volume ratio. So like cell E has a 1.5:1 ratio. So what this means is cell A has more surface area, more cell membrane per how much volume it has in comparison to cell E that has less surface area in comparison to its volume. Now, this is important for a cell because it's going to impact how efficient a cell can be moving things in and out of it. Okay. So this means as the size of the cell increases, the surface area to volume ratio decreases. This means there's less surface area in comparison to the volume. And again, like I said, given that a cell needs to get materials in, such as nutrients, into the cell, and things out, such as waste, do you think it's better to have more or less cell membrane in comparison to the volume? Hint, think about what the cell membrane does. Well, if you remember from the organelles notes, the cell membrane is in charge of controlling what goes in and out of the cell. So you would want to have more cell membrane in comparison to your volume, because the cell membrane is going to control what goes in and out. So if you have more cell membrane, you have more ways to get things in and out. So if we have more cell membrane, we can get things in/out faster or more efficiently. And the cell, so therefore, to end with, is it best for cells to stay small or big? So it's best for cells to stay small, like cell A, which because you have a high surface area to volume ratio, which means can move things in and out faster / more efficiently. And so cells therefore want to stay small and divide. So that's one of the reasons why cells divide. That's why cells go from 1 to 2 cells, okay? It's so that they don't keep growing in size, because if they divide and they split in half, then they're going to stay small. And so cells, generally speaking, want to stay generally small in size because they have a high surface area to volume ratio, which means they have more cell membrane in comparison to the volume, which means they can move things in and out of the cell faster and more efficiently.